Billy got it. Break out the eggnog and roast some chestnuts. The ultimate family event.
Yo. Good afternoon, good evening. You're now tuning in. Church of Money. Appreciate you. You're now in the building. We'll stay here till we get some people show up. Nah, we'll keep moving. Excuse me. Yo, hit that like button, subscribe, and share. 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 Hit that like, subscribe, share button. Tune in. Hit that like button. Gonna be talking about black wealth. Talking about black wealth today. Talking about black wealth. How to be path to being a millionaire in the pandemic. During the pandemic. Taking the path to being a millionaire during the pandemic. How can we get there? How are we able to succeed in these times? I'm gonna give a little statistics of how many blacks are millionaires today, about how many people in society in America. I'm gonna go into all of that today. Hit that like button, subscribe, share. Gonna go in if it's just 2-3 people in the building. I'm gonna go in. Uh, about 4 or 5 minutes we'll stop. 4 or 5 minutes we'll start. 11:10 Eastern time we will start. Enough time to tell people, enough few people to chime in, tune in. We're now rocking with the greatest. Hit that thumbs up. Hit that like bell. Let me know you're in the building. Sound off. Sound off. Sound off. Sound off. Let me know you're in the building. Sound off. Sound off. Comment in the chat is open. Let me know you're in the building. Let me know you're in the building. Sound off. Hit that chat. Give me thumbs up. That chat. Give me thumbs up. Let me know you're in the building. What's happening, Patrice? Good. What's good? Thank you. Patrice in the building. B. Hope I'm pronouncing it correctly. Sorry, tonight we're talking about black wealth. Give a few statistics. Hit that like button, subscribe, share, notification bell. About 10 minutes, we're gonna go in. We're gonna start going in about 10 minutes. 5, 10 minutes. 5, 10 minutes. Start going in. Just want to chime in, go in. Can book consultations with me anytime. LLC formation, LLC creation, CPN formation, CPN creation, palette business tutorial. Excuse me. All those consultations are available. Real estate courses are available. Flipping house courses available. Wholesaling courses are available. All those things are available. All those ebooks, tutorials are available. Cash App, Bitcoin, only payments I accept. Super chat questions is available. CPN creation, email is in the description. Phone number is in the description. Call after we go off, or call when you have time, whenever you're available. Well, we'll not be talking about CPNs tonight, but I will be talking about the path to being a millionaire. And even during this time, you got blacks creating wealth. Yeah, but some blacks still working. They're not doing bad. You have some that's doing bad. So those doing bad, it's time right now. Time to do what you have to do to create generational wealth. It's no better time than when everything is in haywire. Havoc, as they say. Perfect time right now. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hit the like bell, notification bell. Hit These people in the building. These people in the building so we can get into some good topics. I want to go over why you're not a millionaire. Path to becoming a millionaire. Why you're not a millionaire. It's the description, that's the title today. Why you're not a millionaire. Why we're not. I've been a millionaire before. I'm on my way back. I'm here to teach you how to become a millionaire. I was as a teenager. Peace to God. Rich Cam is in the building. Rich Cam is in the building. Peace to the God. So why haven't you took all your energy, all your power in yourself to create more wealth for yourself? Have you been bullshitting, playing games, wasting time? That's what you've been doing? 1 second. Get some more light in the building. Yo. Peace to the gods. Peace to the gods. As we're gonna go on path to millionaire. I'm just gonna read some statistics. I can't even say the word. Statistics. I'm gonna read some statistics. And it's really sad, actually, as I was looking earlier, out of all the billionaires in the world, or in America, we're gonna start there. How many so-called black billionaires there are in the world? Well, not in the world, just in America. I'll keep saying the world. I'm intending to say America. How many black billionaires are there in America? 5. There's only 5 black billionaires in America. And we're going to list how many so-called billionaires in total, period. How many billionaires? There's 5 black billionaires. There are only 5 black billionaires in the United States, according to Forbes. There are about 330 million people in the United States. So out of 330 million people in the United States, there's only 5 black billionaires. What that tells me when I read that there's room for growth. There's room for more. So we are in what you call the beginning stages, the incubator phase of so-called black wealth in America. We are in the incubator stage, with there only being 5 black billionaires and out of 330 million people. That should tell us that our wealth hasn't grown since they've been keeping statistics. Now, as a group, as a whole, our wealth hasn't grown. Even though we didn't have billionaires in the past, how did these 5 billionaires create their wealth? Did they dominate an industry, or did they work for somebody else who became an even larger billionaire and they just rolled along, which is cool. That's fine. Nothing wrong with that either. The path to wealth may only take, may have to ride with somebody else to get there. You have to believe in someone's vision, yours or someone else's. So that I thought that was very interesting. And so I even went even a little further. Of those five, of the 330 million, 607 other nationalities are billionaires in America. So of all the other nationalities, you have 607 billionaires. That we need to build more wealth. I agree with Rich Can. We need to build together. Absolutely. That's what I'm doing. And I'm actually working on a project right now that we all can build together. And I'm scouting some locations for restaurants, uh, assisted living facilities, small assisted living facilities. So I'm scouting restaurants and assisted living facilities. In your state, it doesn't matter the state. What we'll do, we'll take 100 people, $2,000 each. That's $200,000. 100 people, $2,000 each. That's $200,000. We'll form an LLC. We'll create a board of directors, and we'll hire staff, manager, assistant manager, and just basic workers, basic employees. Yes, sir, Rich. And so what we'll do, thank you, Rich. What we'll do, we'll take the $200,000 from the restaurant that we'll all decide we're gonna go fast food, which I suggest doing since now we know, based upon the pandemic and everything, we know which businesses will be open, doing certain crises and things. So they kind of gave us an idea which lanes to go in so that our businesses won't have to shut down during these crises. So they kind of did us a service. That's why I say this is really the best time that there's only 5 billionaires. So now we have time to create more because they kind of broke everyone else back down to nothing. Most of the people have been breaking back down to zero, or they selling their assets off, or they will be selling their assets off. So this is like perfect timing if you have been in the process of realigning yourself with the universe. That's why I say it's perfect time. If you're realigning yourself with the universe right now, then you're in the position to win in the future, despite whatever the situation is. Straight up. Despite whatever the situation is, you know how to build generational wealth. Like I've been countless video after video. I've been talking about building generational wealth, building your LLC, cleaning your credit, creating business, starting a business, uh, buying property, things of that nature. I've been going in and in and in. I'm gonna continue to go in until we get some receptive people. Thank you, Rich. So, with that being said, like I said, we'll take $2,000 from 100 people, total $200,000. We'll deposit that in a bank account as a group, in an LLC. We'll create a board of directors. We'll also have a staff that will work the place, and will receive each investor will receive residual income year over year, quarterly dividend payments from the business, and we'll have a board meeting once or twice a year. We'll start out with, like I said, one restaurant. We'll expand from one restaurant, so on and so forth. So with that $200,000 from our 100 investors that we have, we actually can get a leverage that $200,000 through the bank. Whatever bank we have that $200,000 in, we can actually leverage that $200,000 to maybe a half million or a million. So that's one thing that we'll have in our advantage. So we'll have leverage with our money, uh, so that we'll be able to withstand any first year hiccups. Because in the first year, we will not receive a penny from the business. All profits or whatever we make the first year goes back, will go back into that business. And within this second year, first quarter of the second year, then distributions will be given out pending upon the success of the business, which I'm almost certain the business will be a success, uh, with the particular financing and capital that we'll have on hand, which small businesses fail because they lack the capital to keep them going within the first 3 to 5 years. But for the first 3 to 5 years, most small businesses fail because they don't have access to the capital to keep them going, the operating income to keep them going. So by forming a LLC with many members in the LLC, then that'll keep us from having to go through those different mishaps. The company pretty much will stand on its own, just like any other company. And why this particular system will work best for so-called Black people, because it's group economics. I'm talking about group economics. Got 100 people, small minimum investments, but it's a large pie. That's how we change the dynamics of our neighborhood. We'll put that restaurant in the worst neighborhood in the city, any city. Why? Because we know for sure we got 100 people at least send some people to our restaurant. And if we keep the quality of the food up to par, we keep the place clean, we keep our parking lot safe, the business will thrive. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Quality food, great service. That's another thing. By people having ownership in what they own, they'll have more pride in it. So the workers in the particular establishment will have more pride, but they also become a shareholder in which they're working. So that's how you change the dynamics of a community. By group economics, small amounts of investments per person, something that they can afford. It's not going to hurt them. Is there a risk? Absolutely, there's risk in any business. Can we lose our money? Absolutely. The food could be shit. or the service could be horrible, or whatever have you. But that's why we'll have a interview test for potential managers, potential workers. This is going to go above and beyond the typical McDonald's, Burger King, whatever have you. Uh, the service and quality is going to go 10 times better than, because we have an interest in it. We take an interest in what we own. By owning something, you won't destroy it as fast if you didn't own it. You like, fucking that shit. I don't own it. I don't care. I throw the paper out anywhere. By being an owner, you're gonna pick the paper up. Your employees are gonna pick the paper up. Your employees are gonna make sure everything is up to par, up to standard, because they feel a pride in which that they're working. That's what's wrong with the fast food industry. In a lot of different businesses and restaurants, the people who work there don't feel a sense of pride of what they're doing. So they don't feel a part of it. So that's why that's why they continue. That's why they be say, I don't care about this job. They could fire me today. I'll go get another one tomorrow. Got a comment here. Yep, I agree. Actually, I actually make my own ice cream. I make my own ice cream in house. I have my own ice cream machine. You can buy those online for about $500 to $1,000, and you can actually sell ice cream out your home. I just make it because I enjoy ice cream. I bake vegan ice cream. I'm vegetarian, so I wanted to got tired of all the chemicals inside of the vegan ice cream in the store. The soap with the soap, what's the name? I eat them periodically, but I prefer to make my own ice cream. I could make chocolate, make vanilla, and I'll sprinkle chocolate chips in there, different things like that. Uh, so that's what I suggest. Anything I try to do it myself. Try to use it myself. I'm not answering any CPN questions. Not have any CPN questions. Just contact me, uh, email or call me. I'm not answering any CPN questions tonight. Yeah, in the end, never fake, but no CPN questions tonight. But you can't call me, and I'll answer that for you. But let's continue. So we only have 5 billion black billionaires out of 330 million people in America. I think that's sad. That's really horrible. We've been in this country forever, like forever. We let others come in our country. Yeah, this is our country. So-called black people, this is our country. We're not from Africa. I'm gonna correct a lot of you. I know I'm not from Africa. But we let a lot of different groups come in our country, take over our country, put us on the back of the bus, and so on and so forth. So now we waking up out of this slumber. Uh, we got to start developing group economics so we can develop our own electricity, our own vehicles. We got a lot of work to do. As I said, we got a lot of work to do. We have 5 billionaires out of 330 million people, and out of the other is 607 other billionaires from other ethnic groups and backgrounds. So we got a lot of work to do. That's why I don't take a day off. That's why I sleep minimally. I'm putting in the grind. I'm putting in the grind so my daughter and her children's children can live the life of keeping this thing going, keeping this foundation I'm setting going. So it will over 300 years, our name will still ring, just like many other companies, so-called European companies. Their name is still ringing, and they've been generation after generation, generation after generation. Their wealth is steady increasing. You got Ford, Rockefellers. You got so many names. The Gettys, uh, go Kellogg, Heinz. All of these names are been around for hundreds and 200s of years. A lot of our companies have died off, or we sold them out to bigger companies. We used to have hair care products. We own major hairline companies, hair companies in the 70s and 80s that eventually sold out to larger conglomerates. And I understand why, because you get a lot of pressure. Those so-called black companies get a lot of pressure put on them to sell out or lose their market share. Either sell out or lose their market share. And that was the old times that would happen because you only can put your items in the grocery store or a beauty supply. But today's time, we don't need the particular channels to distribute our products. We can do it just like how we're doing now, over the internet, over the web, uh, word of mouth, uh, creating different apps so that we can distribute our products without the interference of whatever happens. You have to get into the development stage of that. You're not in the development stage of developing new ideas and formulating them and building them. Gonna be left behind. That's why we only have 5 billionaires. That's why I keep going back to that. That's a shame. We should be appalled that We're in the best country in the entire world. There's no, I don't care what you might have your feelings or sentiments are about the United States. This is the best country in the world. I don't want to go anywhere else. I don't care how many of us they shoot every day. I don't care nothing about any of that. This is in other countries, it's worse than that. It's worse than that. So we're talking about people getting shot by the police, this, that, and this for. Yeah, that happens. Let's try to stop that shit from going on. But if you move to another country, you don't even you don't have any rights. They just grab your ass and you won't see you no more. So at least in America, we still have some say. And you have more say than you have anywhere else in the world. So you have a problem with that, then I suggest you leave. I'm going to stay and build my wealth right here, the number one country in the world. We're going to consist to be the number one country in the world. I'm going to have my say in it. So I might have lost a couple people on that. That's too bad for you. But this is where the only place that you can go from shit to sugar in a year. You may have a few other countries that can change your dynamics, but there's no place in the world that can change the dynamics like America. So I'm gonna play the game how it's supposed to be played, the business the way it's supposed to be done, so I can create generational wealth for my family, build my net worth, and I suggest you all do the same thing. It's a shame that we only have 5 billionaires out of 607 billionaires out of in the United States and 330 million people in this country. 330 million people and only 5 American black people are billionaires. So how many millionaires are there in the US? So now it's a little better for us as far as millionaires, but still the numbers are still appalling. I see a lot of us got a lot of Maybachs and Rolls Royces, and I think we're more show than substance. And that's what we got to get out of. Get out of the show and get into more of the substance. And the substance is being time to create the black Maybach, the black Rolls Royce. We are the symbol of excellence. So-called black people are the symbol of excellence. We determine what's going to be hot. We determine what's not hot. What we don't determine is how we're going to build what's hot and what's not hot. That's the game. And that's what we're going to develop from 5 billionaires to 100 billionaires. Because we're going to start developing those infrastructures that's going to make us a billionaire. No longer will we allow people to punk us in the aspect that we are the consumer and they're the producer. We're going to be the producer and they're going to be the consumer. We're going to flip it around. We're going to flip the whole script around. It's only inevitable that it's going to happen. Straight up. But we got 18.6 millionaires in America. 18.6 millionaires in America. That seems like a lot. Probably more than any other country. And out of those 18.6 millionaires, let's see how many of them are black. So-called black. I don't like to use the term black. I only use the term black for you all. Or white. I don't use either one of those terms, actually, white or black. We're not colors. None of us are colors. If you want to subscribe to a color, then that's up to you. But I have a nationality, but I only use the term black or white to describe you all because it's what you understand. Uh, that's you are accustomed to. But if you get into knowledge of self and your self development, you'll see that you're not white, you're not black, you're not Pacific Islander, you're not none of these misnomer terms that they gave you. And that's how they keep us all separated and divided so that nobody could uh, win. Certain group win, certain groups don't win. That's how they do that. That's why they keep you divided. It's called racist. Racist. Yeah. Everybody should be a racist if it comes down to it. If you're not racist about your own people, then you're stupid. That's my opinion. You're stupid. You're not racist for your own group of people. Yeah, I'm racist from the people who I grew up around who look like me, for my community, my family. Yes, I look out for them first. I suggest you look out for your family first as well. That's not racist. Anybody should, any and any group should put their group above the other group. And that's just the way it goes. Not saying that you should be unfair to any other group. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is you should put your own self-interest before anybody else's self-interest. That's paramount. Self-preservation is first. Then I can save whoever else. But we can't be saving anyone if we're not saved first. So if we only have 5 Black billionaires, what are we trying? Why are we trying to save everyone else around the world? We have to save ourselves so we can create more billionaires, more millionaires. I'm not about socialism. I'm about capitalism. To me, that's the number one form of government if it's done right. Capitalism doesn't have to leave the weak behind. And that's what socialism tries to achieve. Socialism tries to achieve everyone equal. But if you go to Cuba, you will see socialism doesn't work. Go to Venezuela, you will see socialism doesn't work. The only thing that works in today's modern time that's been proven to work is capitalism. If you're not capitalism, part of capitalism, please remove yourself from my channel. I'm a capitalist. I believe in building wealth first and paramount. Then, only then, can I save someone else. If I don't have any wealth, how can I save you? I can give you encouraging words. That's fine. But to truly save you, I should be able to teach you how to fish to create more, so you can eat more fish, bring more fish in. So that's what it's about. And we seem to be the only group who doesn't understand that. Uh, every other so-called country building their wealth for their country. But we, as so-called Black people in America, we include ourselves with the system of America. So it's kind of hard for us to build our own individual wealth if our wealth is included in the system's wealth, just like white people's wealth is included in the system's wealth. So we're really a nation within a nation without being a nation. That's what we are. We are a nation of people inside of another nation that took us out of our true nation. So that's why we lack wealth. We didn't fight to the death as so-called Black people or so-called indigenous aboriginals of this country. We didn't fight to the we have fought to the death. We either not be here or we'll be in a better position. I'm not gonna go too far. It's just all about finance. Really, what it's all about. It's about creating wealth. You're not creating wealth, creating nothing. You're becoming useless and what they call goyim, useless in society. If you with me, like, subscribe, and share. Like, subscribe, and share. If you with me, hit that notification bell. Like, subscribe, and share. Comments, open, super chat available, donations available. Hit that like, subscribe, and share. If you could do that, hit that like, subscribe, and share. Like, subscribe, and share. Let me continue. So, like I was saying, there's 18.6 million millionaires in America. That's a lot of millionaires. Think about it. We're really a rich nation. That's a lot of millionaires. And let me see how many black millionaires are. That's a where we stand in these statistics. Kind of hard to locate the statistics for black billionaires. Let's see. There we go. There we So they got a distribution of U.S. millionaires by race and ethnicity. What the total numbers? They said black people, 8% of the population is millionaires. So 8% of the 330 million. Uh, I don't believe that. So let's go back. That's not right. And we must talk about the racial wealth gap. That's what we're talking about. The racial wealth gap here in America. Why are we still at the bottom after all this time? Why are we still? Compared to white families, other races have lower levels of income and net worth. They are also less likely to hold assets of any type. In fact, 19% of black families have zero or negative net worth. So they saying if it's 10 of us, 2 of us have zero or no net worth or negative net worth, while only 9% of white households have no wealth. Today's chart uses data from U.S. Federal Reserve's triennial survey of consumer finance to highlight financial wealth gap and the proportion of households that own different kinds of assets by racial group. Assets types. Now they're going. We're gonna go into asset types held by different races. Asset types. Financial profile between racial groups varies widely. Below is the percentage of U.S. families with each type of asset, according to the most recent survey from 2016. So this statistic I'm about to read is from 2016. And these are the asset types, excuse me, that's held by the different races. Residents, 73%. White folks' wealth is their primary residence. Black people, primary residence, 45%. So half of black people report own their home. That's with the Hispanics, 46%. And other groups and nationalities, 54%. Hit that like, subscribe, and share. Hit that notification bell. Cash App, subscribe, like, and share. Super chat questions. If you're with me, hit that notification bell. If you're with me, comment, thumbs up. Thumbs up. If you're with me still, comment, thumbs up. If you're still with me. Everybody that's still with me, thumbs up. Thumbs up. Comment. It's important. Why are you reading this? Because I have to motivate you. I'm trying to motivate you. Let you see that we're at the bottom. We are bullshit. We walking around playing too many games out here. We ain't taking life serious. You gotta get more serious. That's why I decided to come in and give you this information, give you these important details on what we have to do, why we not progressing. You know, it's really a shame. We've dropped the ball. It's no excuse. I don't use that they holding us down. I don't use any of those excuses. I don't believe in excuses. No excuse for us to be in the predicament as a group of people that we're in, that we continue to think these people are going to treat you fair, dole out equitable results and things. It's not going to happen unless we make it happen. If it ain't going to make it happen, you might as well stop trapping. Can't make it happen, stop trapping. And that's no capping. Hit that like, subscribe. Vehicles. White people, 90% of white people have their wealth in vehicles. Black people, 73%. Hispanics, 80%. Other nationalities and groups, 80%. Retirement accounts, 60% of white people have retirement accounts. 34% of black people have retirement accounts. 30% of Hispanics have other nationalities, 48%. Now we need to work on our retirement account. That we don't even have any money. So how we gonna retire? That's what I'm talking about. That's what the restaurant, the group economics is all about. That will give you a retirement account. That will give you that nest egg that you need when you can no longer work or you can't move as fast as you once moved. That's what that is for. That's why those little smaller investments count. Instead of putting your money into Apple, uh, General Motors, Ford, all these blue chip stocks, as they say, Amazon, you actually have a real ownership of a business, a tangible business that you feel whole. You can go frequent. You own this business. You're a part owner in this. So, thank you, Rich. Rich Cam still in the building with me. Rich Cam still in the building. I appreciate that, brother. I appreciate every new subscriber. I appreciate you guys getting on board. Like I said, it's gonna be a long journey, but we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. We definitely gonna get there. We're gonna make it happen. It's meant for us to make it happen. I appreciate everyone chiming in. I'm stay on about 30 more minutes, 20, 30 more minutes, and read a few more statistics, a few more things. So, chime in, chime in. Questions, comments, feel free to our economy or certain situations and conditions. As I'm gonna continue to read. Family-owned business equity. White families or whites, 15%. Blacks, 7%. Hispanics, 6%. Others, 13%. Publicly traded stocks. Now, this is where whites have a big stronghold, 61%. Black families, 31%. Hispanics, 28%. Other nationality groups, 47%. So other nationality groups, they higher interest in stocks and retirement accounts. Those probably your Asians, Pacific Islanders and things like that. They're more reserved with their money. Vehicles are the most common asset across all racial groups, followed by primary residence, like I was explaining. Half of black people do own their home. They do believe in owning their homes, but to me, that's a wasting asset. Owning your homes, unless you can borrow against that home to create more wealth, then that's just a home that it may be worth 3, 4, 4, 500,000. But if you can't access that 3, 4, 500,000, what is the use of having? And there's no use for that 3, 4, 500,000. You're just sitting on an asset that's wasting away that you can't utilize. So I'm not against owning homes, but you never can own a home in actuality because there's always federal IRS tax, property always give you property tax. So I'm kind of against owning single family residences and owning multi-family units. Or if you do own a single family residence, it's only after you've built substantial streams of income from the various sources, and that's more like a luxury to you. If you got tons of assets producing cash flow for you, and then you decide to buy you a nice, little house where you and the family can have everything that you've always wanted. In that aspect, that's cool. When you want to be on the climb, that's gonna make you complacent. House gonna make you complacent. Only the home's gonna make you complacent, make you lazy, and then you're gonna stop trying to acquire wealth. Then you're gonna start trying to squirrel away money and get lazy. And when you get 60, 65, 70, you don't want to do nothing. Me, I'm like LL Cool J when he says, I'll never retire. I put my mic on the shelf. I'm bad. I'm bad itself. I'll never retire. Put my mic on the shelf. Never, ever. Unless I'm in the dirt. Until then, I'm going to always continue to create generational wealth. Year over year over year over year over year. I'm going to continue. However, the level of equity or home values, less debts, families have in their house differs by race. White families have equity of 215,800, whereas blacks and Hispanic households have a net housing wealth of 94,000 and 129,800 respectively. Even though we own half our wealth is in our homes, they're not really worth that much. So our net worth is still quite small compared to so-called white. It's almost half. It's over half actually than what their net worth equity in their homes would be. Our average net worth equity in our homes is 94,000. We have a lot of work to do. But we put our we like I said, and it really kind of shows in these statistics when they said vehicles are the most common asset across all racial groups. If you look at most black people, car, when you see $1 million homes, they pulling up to homes that's 94,000 on average. So that means you got a $90,000 car and you pulling up to a $90,000 house. That's kind of lopsided. Absolutely, Rodney. We gotta invest better. Rodney, I agree. Rodney said we have to invest better. That's absolutely true, and that's what I'm talking about. And that's why I'm bringing up group economics. Because group economics will help us invest better. Since we don't like to invest in things that we can't feel, see, or touch, I decided that most of us would love to actually own something that we can touch. So, restaurant, whatever business that produces cash flow, gas station, uh, multi-purpose gas station. That's something that we also you could invest in. A gas station will cost us probably 3 to 400,000 for a gas station. But if we take 100 people, $5,000 per person, that's 500,000 right there. So you put that into the business bank account and leverage that from the bank. Our 500,000 match with 500,000 from the bank. That gives a million. The gas station will net million in revenue every year, depending on locations. Most gas stations net at least 500,000 annually. That's just a basic. But a hot gas station will net annually upwards of $1 million per location. So that's a nice dividend check every year. $5,000 investment every year. You're not counting the asset itself. We own the asset, the real estate of the building as well. So the real estate is worth $500,000 alone itself. So immediately your 5,000 turns into probably $10,000, $15,000 immediately. Soon as the deal is done, signed and sealed, you immediately turn 5,000 to $15,000, $20,000 in equity, and not including the cash flow year over year that this particular gas station or liquor store. That's another cash flow business that we can all invest in. Liquor store, gas station. Uh, it's time to buy them back in our community. It's time to buy them back. We can't afford them. The banks won't loan us the money individually. Okay, well, we'll come collectively and then put the pressure on the bank. So now we got 100 individuals in the LLC. We got 500,000. We in this account. We want a loan. Our group wants a loan. We want $1 million loan, and we're using our 500,000 as our base. We have an asset that we're purchasing, a gas station. So there's your debt. There's your right there. So all the bases are covered. Very simple formula that'll help us achieve. Some of us will take that and we'll continue that process and continue to build more wealth in other places. Some of us will spend it. Some of us are going to spend it, or going to spend every dividend check that we get. But others of us will actually do something with the money and build more wealth. And that's what it's all about, building more wealth. And so I'm going to read on, and then I'm going to get off about the next 10 minutes. In addition, White households are more likely to hold financial assets such as retirement accounts, family businesses, and stocks. These assets are instrumental in building wealth and are prominent in the wealth composition of America's richest families. So, America's richest families, their wealth composition, the composing of their wealth is an instrumental. It's in family businesses and stocks and retirement accounts. Our wealth composition, as it said, is in our cars. Our cars. Our wealth composition primarily is in our cars because we can't sell our house. We sell our house, we'll be homeless. So the $90,000 for the house that we own will be homeless if we sell that. So we'll be riding around in the car that we own. So I think that's once again I'm laughing, but I'm really sad. I'm really hurt that, and I've actually contributed. So when I'm speaking to these things, I'm actually speaking to myself as I'm giving it to you because I've been a part of this problem. That's why I want to be a part of the solution. With fewer people of color holding these assets, they miss out on higher average returns than low risk assets, as well as the power of compound interest. These portfolio differences are striking, but they are not the most important contributing factor in the racial wealth gap. So, wow. So we're missing out on the returns. And that's true. Right now, I don't know how many people, black people, are involved in the stock market, Bitcoin, things, but they've been climbing, steadily climbing. You could have bought Amazon, just stay with the Bitcoin, Amazon, and Apple, and the technology company Google, which is Alphabet now. Uh, those companies' wealth has grown. You could have grown your wealth with those companies. As we use their products, we could have increased our wealth while they were increasing their wealth. But most of us complain about the rich receiving more money and the poor losing out. But we don't have to lose out. A lot of times poor the poor is mismanaging their money. That's really what's happening. I don't really see too many people starving. But I do see a lot of people mismanaging the little money that they do have. You make $500 a week, but you buy 2/5 of Remy at the end of the week, or you buying an ounce of weed that you can't afford. If you can't afford it, you need to cut back on those things. That's called money management. That's called, you don't have those things. Yes, Rodney. Equity. Yes, yes. That's what I see. I don't see too many people starving. I see a lot of people eat because they got the $5 deals, $5 meals. So a lot of people the $5 meals, $3, $5 meals, 2 for 10, or two for 10, 2 for 5. So that's what's happening. We're mismanaging the little money that you do make. If you manage the little money that you do make properly, you can transfer to the next economic group. You can go up the ladder. But if you spend every dime, you're not saving 10, 20. If you make $500, you should at least save 10% of that every week. If you make $500 a week, save $50. This is the best time, Jordan. I watch the other YouTubers and the times that they go on, and I'm just trying to carve out my own slot. Uh, and that's why I come on late. It's less people on. I can grab more attention. People are right now. The pandemic, people don't have nothing to do, so hopefully they'll tune in to me late night, like David Letterman, Johnny Carson. Most people probably know who Johnny Carson is, but Johnny Carson came on when I was every night, 11:30 at night. Him and Ed McMahon came on. All the different guests came on during that time. Johnny Carson now, what's the guy have all the cars? Jay Leno. He replaced Johnny Carson. But Johnny Carson was the original. He was the true player on the night. He held it down from 30, 20, 30 years, maybe even longer, 40 years. So that's what I try to do is carve out my own slot, like when it's a good time Sunday night. And I like to listen to other shows as well, daytime. I also am learning. So there's individuals that I listen to early on Sunday. Uh, Joey Bounce on Blog Talk Radio, and also on Wednesdays, early Wednesdays, I like to listen to Jonah Bay on Blog Talk Radio. So those two people that I listen to that gives great information. Uh, so that's why I come on, carve out my little niche late night. Uh, Sunday. I won't say I'll be on every Sunday, but Wednesday I'll be back on Wednesday. Uh, Same time, between 10 and 11. So stay on the lookout. And always, if you miss me, I can always replay it. Always replay it. And like I said, I'm talking about tonight, Path to Millionaire, $1 million wealth, and how can we increase our equity? How can we increase from 5 billionaires in the so-called Black community to 100 billionaires within the next 5 years? And we increase from 5 billionaires 2020, and by 2025, when we have 100 so-called Black billionaires. Uh, so we're on our way. We had none when I was in my teens. We had one, but they didn't want to give him his credit as being one, but he was a billionaire. I spoke about him a couple weeks ago. That's my mentor, who I learned under, even though he's passed away. The mentor doesn't have to be alive. Uh, mentor can be the dead person that left a lot of materials behind for you to smoke over, learn from, and utilize. That was Reginald Lewis. Me, he was the greatest acquisitions and mergers businessman that existed. 2 deals, he became a billionaire. One deal made him 100 million, and the next deal made him a billionaire. So, and after that, A killed him. He succumbed to cancer at the age of 50 some years old, 55 years old, something around there. So when they find out that you're great at something, they always send the hitman at you. Be your handshake with poison on it, something like that. Invite you to dinner with spiked food. So I don't eat from anyone. That's how they will kill you when you're great, so-called great as a Black person. in today's climate and condition, what's going on, we really don't need anybody to survive. And we can buy our own servers, we can develop our own servers, we can develop our own network. All those things is feasible as before it wasn't. Like I said, we don't have billionaires, but we have millionaires. There's 18.6 millionaires in America. And we do have quite a few so-called black millionaires. I'd say out of the 50 million so-called blacks in America, 10% of those are millionaires. So 5 million, 6 million black people are millionaires. Even though most of that wealth is not, it's been earned, it wasn't created. Most of that black wealth was earned, but not created. And what I mean by that? Well, they didn't create an industry, develop that wealth. They work for someone else to create an industry, and they've got a position or a job in that where they may make $250,000 a year, $300,000 a year, $500,000 a year, and they save their income earnings over 10 to 20 years that made them a millionaire. But they didn't develop a product, a company, or service to create those millions of dollars. That's what I'm talking about. We have to create millions of dollars. We have to create those cash flow sources. Apple iPhone. We need a Apple. Apple. This the kind of Apple phone, the black Apple phone, and that's how we create generational wealth. We start creating products that compete in the worldwide market. We create products like a brother was on here earlier, and he spoke about ice cream. I said I had an ice cream machine that make my own ice cream. Well, have our own ice cream factory that we distribute our ice cream across the globe, just like Ben and Jerry's. Ben and Jerry's across the globe. Pookie and Ray Ray's ice cream all across the globe from our facilities, manufacturing facilities, that we make our own ice cream in house, freeze it, store it, distribute it around schools, hospitals, governments, and what have you. Where you can find the stats I'm reading from uh, visualcapitalist.com. 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 Visual Capitalist, excuse me. Visualcapitalist.com. Visualcapitalist.com. We have a lot of great. I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna get on off of here. So I did that. Blah, 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 blah. Demographic and economic variations. White households are also more likely demographic characteristics that are associated with wealth, according to the U.S. Federal Reserve. Older, with more than half of households age 55 and up. They are older, with more than half of households age 55 and up. More highly educated, with 51% having some type of degree. So out of the so-called white people, half of them, more than half, have a degree. Less likely to have single parent. See, all these statistics that they're pushing, these are everything that we're against. A lot of us, well, not just the black men, but our sisters, the system has given them incentive to have a single household. They give them the incentive to have a single household. And as you see here, that's instrumental to building wealth is having a two-family household. And for men, for women, or whatever have you. And they want to throw that in your face that you're broke, nigga, you're broke this, broke that. But they don't understand that by having that man in that home, you have a better chance of creating wealth, long-term wealth. So it would behoove us to try to work together in our household, try to keep the family together instead of trying to go it alone if we want to build wealth over time and legacy. For example, 39% of white heads of households have a bachelor's degree or higher, compared to 23% and 17% for blacks and Hispanics household heads, respectively. However, education doesn't fully explain the inequities. Enormous wealth disparities exist between families with the same education level. Even in cases where black and Hispanic households heads have obtained a bachelor's degree, their family median wealth is 68,000 and 78,000 respectively. It's still lower than 98,000 median wealth for white families where the head has no bachelor's degree. You see that? Even our best and their worst, our best makes less than their worst. That's horrible. And it should and it doesn't have to be that way. I think I'm saying we shoot ourselves in the foot. So-called black people, we shoot ourselves in the foot. We have to stop listening to others and listen to ourselves. We don't need the opinions of others. Do everything ourselves. Because listening to others, as you can see, hasn't gotten us anywhere. Hasn't increased our wealth one bit. We still lag. We've even let the Hispanics surpass us in family wealth. Those Hispanics with a bachelor's degree, they make 78,000.